Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Kissena Training Plan Program 2019 review. My name is Tim Cusick. I am a master coach with Velocious Cycling Adventures and Velocious Endurance Coaching, and I kind of run your program. I'm also the Training Peaks WKO4 product leader. My background in coaching, I probably could have put a page on this. I do work, I have the luxury of working with some professional athletes, and over the course of the years and times, I've accumulated a couple of world championship titles and numerous national titles. So I've been doing this for a while and have a little bit of a background. Tonight, we're really here just to talk about how to get into the program. Because you're part of the team and that you've joined, one of the benefits is that we give access, a very flexible access to our training plans. This will allow the individual users. We used to do it as a group, everybody on one plan, but the reality is people needed to customize a little bit more. So we wanted to give you a little more broad option. Basically, the way the program works, for 2019, what we're doing, and this is really the same program we switched to last year, so there's no new big update here, but I just want to make sure everybody understands how to use it. You basically have access to a wide array of plans. This allows for more individual choice on training. I'm going to show you a little bit how to look at plans or how to get our help picking out a plan, but you have a wide array. I think I have almost 100 plans online now. You can use multiple plans per year, so you can evolve your season. Obviously, if you think about the terms of things like periodization, you're doing different training than you're doing in the winter versus what you're doing in the spring versus what you're doing in the summer. The ability to get the training plan support and active feedback from the forum. We do have a forum section as part of your section, but also it allows you to work with your mentors. There's lots of great people who know coaching and training and racing in your own group, and to be able to talk about the different plans you're using and stuff like that and get feedback from them is an excellent resource. How does it work? Basically, all registered members have access to all Tim Cusick training plans via trainingpeaks.com. You can actually search them in two ways I'm going to show you in a moment. You can download up to 5 annually per member. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm still getting over a cold. It seems like every time I do one of your webinars, I'm a little under the weather. I actually don't get sick that much, but you guys just have good timing. Maybe it's you guys. So back to it. Sorry. You can download up to 5 plans annually. Look, and if you need a 6th or whatever, just let us know. We'll make exceptions. But usually 5 will get you there and be a good spread. Plans are applied to your Training Peaks free basic account. You just need to start a free basic account in Training Peaks. It'll give you a free premium, I think, for like 14 days. You can upgrade if you want, or you can just use the free account. They'll both work fine for the plan. The premium account has a lot more analytics and tracking and stuff like that. The basic account works great. You'll basically get a link from us where you just click it and you can apply it to your account. You can mix and match plans, as I said. You can evolve. You can change plans if you're not sure you have the right one. Plus, you could always use your forum, the vanilla forums, to get any type of support or help that you might need. The plans, like I said, there's over 100 plans available. You can mix and match. They all tend to be marked seasonally, like base training and things like that. You'll see when you go through the list. There are different sport type plans: road, individual, time trial, mountain, cyclocross, specialty events. There's, all types of different plans in there. Just take a look and find what works for you. And there's different seasonality, meaning you might be starting later or earlier than others on your group. You can just start it when you need to start. All of the training plans are based on power, heart rate, or rate of perceived exertion. So if you have a power meter, which is the best answer, it'll show power targets. It'll show you how to set zones. There's little instructional web videos in there that'll help you set your zones and know how to utilize the power zones. You can use heart rate. Again, there's lots of support on how to set your heart rate zones. And rate of perceived exertion is basically where you're putting a number to how hard that felt. All 3 of those work fine. I always recommend power as the best, but all 3 will work fine. All the plans include instructional booklets on how to implement, how to get started. It's kind of funny. I'll show you here in a moment, but always look for the paperclip on day 1. There's a little highlighted paperclip in the top corner you can download. So I just put all the material right into the training, so it's easy. Again, I'll demo that in 1 second. And all your training can be tracked in your free Training Peaks account. The process from your side is really easy. You get your free basic Training Peaks account at trainingpeaks.com. Just go to trainingpeaks.com and give it a try. Then you review the available training plans on velociouscyclingadventures.com or trainingpeaks.com and determine the desired plan. Then you submit a plan request at velociouscyclingadventures.com/Kissena. You save that link. I'll send this to you, and I'll put the link in the forums again. Within 24 hours of you requesting, what we'll do is we'll send you back a 100% discount code to download your training plan directly from Training Peaks. So you get your code, you go download it from Training Peaks, and you enter your code, and it becomes free. Repeat as needed. So here's a simple walkthrough. So if you go to trainingpeaks.com, that's where the plans are housed. And again, I'm going to show you this in 1 minute. There's a full description of each plan, and you can download directly from there. Or you can go to Velocious Cycling Adventures, where we actually write it out a little better and help you find the plans. I'm going to show you. I'm going to link it right from Velocious as my little demo. Short descriptions. And we actually have a place we can help you pick a plan. Again, I'll show you that in 1 minute. When you go to my Training Peaks plan page, it'll look like this. That's me in my black and yellow kit. And then you can just scroll down through all these different plans. You can see they're named. And if you click on one in preview, it'll give you a little at a glance, give you the information. And actually, if you scroll down here, it will give you the full write-up of the plan. If you go to velociouscyclingadventures.com, you'll actually see a better write-up of the plans, and it'll show you how the plans mix together, the base builds, this and that. Notice this section here, you'll see this blue, it says, let us help you pick a plan. If you're not sure, just click, and you can submit this short little survey, and Kathy will help give you advice. Kathy Watts is another one of our master coaches. She does all the coaching and training plan placement. She's very good at what she does, so she's also an excellent coach. So you can submit your information, and she'll recommend plans. Now, she usually runs them by me. Like, we'll sit down and talk about it for a couple of minutes, but it really is pretty helpful. It's great. And if you're not sure, just ask us, and we'll help you out. In your selection process, it's pretty easy, You review your plans and determine which is best. Ask on the forum if you're not sure. There's lots of people doing different plans. So if you're like, hey, what's this plan like? You usually get some feedback. Go to the selection box, get your code, enter it. So basically what you do is you go to trainingpeaks.com where it almost looks like it's a little confusing here, right? This has actually been the same 2 pages on Training Peaks I've shown you. I keep coming back to it. This is when you have the detailed view. All you have to do is click Buy Now, and then it'll take you to a sign-in. I didn't actually sign in here. You just enter your coupon code and apply it. And it'll go to $0 once the coupon code works. Then what will happen, it will load towards your account, and you just simply have to apply it. You pick a start date and apply it. This will show up in your training plan selection. This is a bunch of different plans in a sample account, but you can just apply it. Pretty simple process. And of course, just ask questions. It's hard to explain it all in a presentation like this. If you're not sure how to apply it, just ask questions in the forum. Why do through Training Peaks? Well, the reason you have to buy it, like I can't just send it to you, load it. It needs to be tracked through your account, and you get the basic analytics, and it also saves it for future use. So once you buy a plan, it's always in your Training Peaks account. And then finally, because you can edit it in Training Peaks, meaning you can move days around, weeks, and things like that. So if you need to take a day off or do something different, you can. Let's talk about the plans and workouts once they're loaded. It loads like a calendar like this. So this is the calendar. You'll see different workouts and different days. This is one as you complete it. So don't get me wrong, these are going colored because the workouts are being completed, but you'll see the workout and workout information. When you double click on any one of these, it will open the workout. It'll give you some information. Notice here the paperclip is blue. If that happens, there's something there that you can download. This is an unstructured workout. Some of my plans are unstructured, are eye-level training. And eye level is a kind of a more individualized approach, but you have to be fluent in WKL4 software to make it work. For most of the plans, you'll see structured workouts. And structured workouts give you the visual of the structure, and then again have a full description down here on the right. So you can either load these directly to systems like Garmin or Earth Video or whatever you're doing, whatever your indoor training is. You can just load them and execute them if you want. Or just load them onto your Garmin and go ride them outside, or just remember what they are and do them. Pretty easy process. Sometimes if you see the blank, that means it's unstructured. And unstructured might be the eye levels or days where you're doing testing. Not all workouts. And it really, for all the structured workouts, it's only when you're doing testing days, because I don't put a target there. I want you to go as hard as you can. So really, all the things that you need to do is make this plan successful is test when it says test and maintain your FTP and your Training Peaks account. And then your training levels and everything will always be automatically updated and ready to roll. There's instructions explaining this. You get a little ebook in each one explaining how to do it all. And then finally, all you need to do is ride your bike. Don't forget your mentors in the club. Please feel free. I'll answer questions, but you have, again, a lot of smart people who know what they're doing. Ask your questions in the club. Find out what they need. They'll be, I'm sure, glad to help you. You need, situational help, like I got sick, like me, or something else. They can give you advice on extra training, tips on improvement. Use the group. Excellent resource. That really is Q&A. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to show you the online processes. So I've gone here to the velociouscycling.com training plans page. So I just kind of went into training plans as a whole. I'll share these links time and time again in the forum. All you need to do to scroll down to these is scroll down. You'll see a little intro about the different types of plans. If you need help picking a plan, you can just submit your survey. And then here's all of the different plans that we have. To get to see them in Training Peaks, like let's say you're picking this polarized plan, all you need to do is click on it. It'll launch it in Training Peaks. Then you can read about it here. If that's the plan you want, submit it for your discount code, then come back to that page, buy now, and enter your code here. When you enter the code, wait a second or two. Sometimes you can push the button too fast and the code hasn't processed. Make sure it says $0 here before you buy. Nice, simple process that way. So you can choose from this page. There are all kinds of seasonal plans, event plans, different time trialists, mountain bike, whatever you want. Feel free to look through. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to submit. Okay, I think that's a nice short push to the plan. The idea here was to get everybody up and running. Patrick also asked me to speak briefly about off-season training. I think most of the people won't be watching this webinar for the next couple of weeks, but the reality is, here's my advice on off-season training, so I'll just put it in here so it's here. It's really simple, and you should simply do, when a season finishes with one of my athletes, we take a little time off, then we do 4 to 8 weeks of functional strength, and then 4 to 8 weeks of strength resistance, which is more your classical gym. Functional is body movement and activation, large muscle sets, and strength resistance is classic time in the gym. If you email us at the same submittal, we do have some plans. I'd be glad to share them with you guys. It will count as one of your plans, but I'd be glad to share it. If you want a functional strength or a strength resistance plan, just request it. For athletes over 40, I suggest you do strength building all year long. Under 40, I still kind of suggest it. It really depends on what athlete and what you're doing. But once you're 40 plus, the overall body health benefit is way more than worth it. So I would highly suggest that you do the strength resistance work all year long. And it doesn't take a lot. 1 day a week, maybe 1 day a week, and then 2 days the next week, then 1 day, then 2 days. That's all it really takes to maintain a lot of health. As we get older, we lose lean muscle mass, and we'd like to retain it. And in this transition, don't be afraid to experiment with alternate aerobic exercise. Walking is an excellent choice. Rowing, running, but you got to be careful about being injured. Be careful there. But whatever it is, something that just gets you breathing a little bit. It's not a lot. It just picks up your heart rate. It's an idea of off-season training. It's strength. It's alternate aerobic exercise, occasional casual rides. And that's all it really takes. But by now, the reality is you should be moving into a plan. So if I was listening to this right now, I'd be thinking about what is my base plan? What am I doing to establish my base training? Now's the time to jump in and pick one of the base training plans. Any questions, feel free. As I showed you, you can submit them, on the forum. And if you're, if you want to help picking a plan, just submit our survey and Kathy will be glad to help you out. That should be a good overview of the program. Please feel free to ask questions. Thanks, everybody. Good night.